Hey, welcome back to Don't Run with Sisters. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, 4 crazy rescue dogs, and a rescue cat who likes to craft in her spare time. If you're new here, please hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message. It boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem. I could use that. And if you are a returning friend, you already know the crazy you're in for. So grab your drink, sit on back, and let's have at it. No, I have no decorations on my tree. The lights that were on the tree don't work, so that's what I have right now. That's it. So hopefully this afternoon, I can. I'm gonna pick up a new strand of lights. I'm not even gonna mess with it, but maybe the kids can go out and grab a box of ornaments to add to the tree. So yeah, we're Monday before Christmas, and I'm not really feeling it. And I will be honest, the kids have picked our Christmas dinner. We're doing barbecue ribs. So traditional Christmas food. Hold please. Okay. I realized yesterday that I've done hardly any Christmas shopping for my children. And my children are older. It's not like it's that big of a deal, but it's still kind of a shock to me because usually I'm on top of this. But work has been, as you guys know, I've been super busy. So, I have been. We wrapped up stitching Survivor. I'm not sure how I feel now. It's kind of weird. The gang and several people got together on Zoom last night and talked about stitching plans for next year. And I think we have some good ideas. I think I've managed to keep it reasonable. Which you guys know me, sometimes it's not the easiest thing to do. So at the end of this video, we'll discuss those plans. I will do a whip parade, likely in the gap between the Christmas and the New Year, just because it takes a lot for me to pull everything out and go through it. So, what else? Yeah, I've been busy. I've hired a person to help with billing and collections at the firm. He's part-time. I've hired a part-time person for social media. So that frees up some time and stuff. So I'm moving in that right direction, and I'm also looking at getting like a virtual assistant. It just seems very weird to me that my assistant would be virtual, but listen, if it helps, it helps. Because if I don't have to do all of the what I consider little things, which really are big things, and all I have to do is kind of go in after and just double check and click, that's very different than me having to do all of the inputting and everything and sorting and blah, blah, blah. I can focus more on clients and stuff. I think I'm going to talk to I had a social media, I had an idea, and to sort of do some little clips, and so I'm going to talk to my social media person and make sure that all works. It's going to be kind of cute. I think it will be. Like, I brought it up to a couple people last night, or maybe it was last Thursday. I think it was last night. All the days are blending together. And everybody, they thought it was cute, but Okay. So I gotta finish. I got 2 things sewed to show you guys. In fact, let me grab those. Hang on. Totally forgot they're on the other side of my camera, and if I move my computer, you guys will get sick. Like, it just won't look right. So I'm gonna put you on pause. Talk amongst yourself, and I'm gonna grab the things I need to show you. Okay. Hopefully I did that right and you're not sick. Okay, so I have my Jeep Babe that I'm gifting, and I have her gift almost ready to get packed up. She just lives not far from here, so I'll just drop it off. So I made her Jeep is pink, so I made her a lovely pillowcase. My band is way thicker than I normally make them, but whatever. And then a while back, Riley Blake did the J is for Jeep um, fabric, and she also did these cute little pillowcases that you can color. Well, um, you're supposed to color it before you sew it together. The problem is that my Jeep partner doesn't sew, and nobody in her family really sews beyond like a simple button. So I went ahead and sewed it up. It's so cute. And then there's fabric markers in there as well. So those are two of the part of the gift. I'll show you the other one of the other things that I'm going to include in there. I have to FFO it. So I don't know why I have problems FFOing things. I think it's one of those things that you're either really good and you just naturally do, or I think there's three categories of people who stitch. People who FFO everything, who probably have it in their brain as soon as they see the pattern, um, what it's going to look like, and make it look like that. Or they see a picture of it finished and are just like, okay, we're going to copy that. Okay? There's those people. Then there's the people in the middle that FFO because they want things totally finished so they can display them in their house, or they send them to a finisher or whatever. And then there's those of us who stitch and would love to FFO stuff, but just have this brain block or whatever to doing it, or it just like it's just more hassle, and so we'd rather have somebody else do it, and we just have a big basket of things to get FFO'd. I have a big basket of things that could be FFO'd. So, let's talk about what I stitched. So I put in a little work on Lady Justice. She's so pretty. I am stitching this on 32 count even weave. It might be a linen. I don't know where the little sticky is. I don't know. I think it's an even weave. It might be linen. It's from the 123 Stitches where I got it. And I absolutely love this fabric, as I say every week. And I am doing the color conversion on her. So last night on Stitchy Zoom, or on our Zoom after we talked about plans, we did some stitching together and just talked. And it was great. I think it was exactly what we needed, those of us who were on the Zoom. So we're making progress. I am missing a Krynic. I am missing, so if anybody has a lead on it, I need, Lord have mercy, I need a break. I need Krynic number 4 in the color 025. I don't even quite remember what color that is. So I worked on her. I worked on other things too. Relax. I think I've worked on this after I spoke to you guys last week. After my Flosstube. Oh, I cannot wait to wash this fabric. It's getting kind of cakey. So I am now all the way to the other side. Oops, there we go. We're over here. So I could have started it up taller, but I don't think, no, I couldn't have, because my goal is to put the word Disney, or like the wonderful world of, and then Disney and Tinkerbell, like flying, like the actual logo from when we were kids, and for when people my age were kids and we used to watch the wonderful world of Disney. So that is my goal for that. And the goal to get this finished is for the year 2050,000 of our Lord and Savior. This is in my wonderful bag from Tanya. She's Needle and Bones. So it's got the front pocket and the inside pocket. It's super big. It's got a handle. It's lovely. The zippers are like magic. They're great. I have a couple of hers. Okay. So then I did work on the periodic table. I'm sure you can tell. But I got that all done. The square all in. So that one's easy to work on when I'm like, well, it's easy in the fact that I don't have to count. I'm just kind of X, X, X. I don't have to like mentally put in the work. The downside is it's really big, so it's hard to work on. Like, I can't take it in the Jeep and really work on it. There's just not enough room. So then I pulled out Monopoly, and Monopoly has become the bane of my existence. And I hate to say that, but it really is. But we're going to keep trudging along because my son will love it. So I didn't finish the practice room. I have to put something in the little window. But I got community chess done. So we are making our way. I do have enough stitches to say officially that I have finished my whip go board for 2024, which is super exciting. Super exciting. I have put in, there's two projects I've been putting the most work in this last week. This is one of them. This is the 4th of July rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I'm selling this. I was doing a sale with Stephanie, but hers is already FFO'd even. But I got Go to the Parade all done, including the little divider, which means we only have 2 sections left to go. The next section is to watch the fireworks, and there's a fireworks that go off, and it's in this yellow color, but I think I might do it in like etoile so that it sparkles, because they're fireworks. But I do love this. I don't think it will be done before the new year or before 2024 is over, and that's okay. But I do think it's going to be one of the first ones that's probably finished in 2025, which is a good thing. Okay, so the other thing that I finally got done was for my Jeep sis. She drives a pink Jeep called Mud Slut. So I stitched Mud Slut, and I'm going to make it a little ornament for her. So that's what I got to do tonight so that I can take her the whole package. I got to pick up a couple little things too for the package. So I think it's glorious. I just absolutely love it. So I want to finish that. I want to FFO that and a couple other ornaments. So that's all my stitching. I did get some lovely Christmas cards from friends and family. And one of them was from Janet. And she's so sweet. So Janet, in her card, sent me tea. One of my favorites. It's a favorite in my house. Even my son likes this one. And a skein of floss. At which point, after listening, we found the rules. So the 100 stitches one way rule isn't really like there's no like set rules for blessing samplers except for that you start them January 1 and you have to finish them by the end of the month. Hold please. Okay, so in the envelope was a tea and this lovely shade of green floss. 3364. So I'm going to start my blessing sampler. I still have to pull a piece of Ada for it. That shouldn't be a problem. I did decide to do it on Ada just because I stitch faster on Ada. I don't, it's like, although I'm starting to stitch pretty fast on even weave. So I don't, but I'm just going to do it on Ada. That's fine. I am going to do this one. The only rule that we have found that is consistent with the blessing sampler is you start at January 1 and it has to be finished by the end of the month. Your group may decide to add the size rule like the 100 stitches across one way. My girls are like, stitch what you want. Stitch a sampler, whatever it is. So there are a couple of us that are doing this. So I'm going to use my green floss from Janet because I just think that goes great with the whole theme. So mine's going to be a little green schoolhouse. I I don't know that we have a hashtag for it. I don't know. Probably blessing sampler. That's probably the one that makes the sense. Okay. So we made some plans last night. And I'm feeling pretty good about them. I'm feeling hopeful. So I am playing WhipGo. My WhipGo board is all set right now for the most. It's pretty much set. We're actually Kim and I and I think B is joining us. We are actually going to have 2 WhipGo boards. I know. And that's okay. And really, it's just one, but there's 2 steps to each person that I call their name because I have bunch. I did the 4 corners are. I think all 4 corners are me, so I get to pick that month. Uh, but I filled it up with friends' names, and so you'll pick the piece that I focus 1 week on, and then a, I want to say a self-care project, but that's not like it could be self-care, but it could be go clean declutter the bathroom, like some sort of other project that has been lingering around that you're aware of that you think that would help me overall be more functional or more organized. So that's kind of where we're leaning. We may just do a separate like cleaning with go kind of thing, like when that area gets called, then you really deep dive into like making sure it's really clean. If there's any repairs that need to be done, they get done, those kinds of things. So that's what we're going to do there. I am doing the blessing sampler. um, the little house needleworks schoolgirl lesson is 59 by 87. Now the funny thing is I won this one from Ymir almond M&Ms, and I've had it in my stash for a while, so that's why I'm like the combination is just perfect because got the pattern from Ymir, I got the floss from Janet. I think I know I have fabric from Stephanie, so I'm gonna and from a couple other people, so I think I'm gonna look through that to find the fabric for that. So we're gonna do that in January. My other 2 goals are I have a quilt for like a lab size quilt for each of the kids. That the top I have all the stuff and the tops are done. I just literally need to quilt it and get the binding done so I can cross off those 3 things. My goal is 25 finishes and 25. They don't all have to be stitching, but in February we're going to do a series of smalls, and I was trying to debate how I'm going to work that. Like, am I just going to start them and maybe I'll finish 1 or 2? The thought of having a bunch of extra starts and not seeing finishes kind of is causing a little anxiety. So I'm going to use in February the tissue box method, which I love that name. And basically I pull out the first one that I'm going to stitch, and then once that one is finished stitching, I'll pull out the next one and stitch that, and the next one and stitch that, and like so on. So kind of like when you're pulling out of a tissue box. We are going to do the 100 heart small from Not Forgotten Farm? Not Forgotten. I don't know. I'll have it on. I'll show you guys next week because it's supposed to be delivered, I think, today. What else did we decide? We decided the 31st we're gonna stitch on something spooky. So for me, that's the pumpkin head guy. I think on the 14th, did we decide, Kim? We're going to stitch something patriotic. Kim's got One Nation going, and I've got the Quaker flag, and I have the One Nation all kitted up. I would like to get a significant portion done on that. So we're hoping by pull it out once a month or more, that we will make significant progress, hopefully get a finish. Kim's more likely to get it finished than I am this year on that. But I have One Nation kitted up as well, so I would start that as soon as the Quaker flag is done. I don't necessarily want 2 giant flag pieces going at the same time. I know that sounds weird. But I think a lot of things, I'm going to switch into that kind of mode rather than having, my goal is to whip down instead of up. I was successful in doing that this last year, even with a few starts, several starts. God, the 1 month I had like 6 new starts. So that's possible. So, yeah. So we've earmarked certain days like that we're going to try and stay with a theme so that we're pulling out those things. The other thing is I just saw it, and I forget what the hashtag is on Instagram, that basically says you're committing to putting in 50 stitches at least into a project that has been lingering for whatever reason. So for me, that would be Monopoly. I think it would go faster if I had followed the pattern exactly, but because I'm having to put in the mental work to change a bunch of things and seeing what works and what does, those squares aren't very big, so you can't necessarily just fit something in, like, they're kind of small. And so that's getting tricky. And I think that's the hold up mentally that I'm having with it. But, okay. So right now, I have, it will be nice because if all goes well in January, I will have at least 3 finishes towards my 25. Other projects that have been lingering far too long that are in my piles. I have a 3D gingerbread house sale that I started a couple years back. I show it every year in my whip parade. It's over half done. There's a lot of back stitching, and I did it on oatmeal, and the B52 doesn't really show up on it, so I'm like, it's discouraging, because you're not seeing the way you really kind of want it. But I don't want to start it over. So we need to get it done. So 4th of July rules, that should be it's got 2 more sections. Monopoly, Lady Justice, Ask Not by the Forgotten Eagle, I think. I started that a couple years ago. That needs to get finished. As soon as that one is finished, then I will start the Veteran Soldier stitch from Finally a Farm Girl. That will take that's place in the lineup. The Self-Love Sampler, I need to get mine done. I have a good chunk of it done, but not all of it, so that's definitely going to make it on the rotation. The Epic Oz Adventure, I want that done. That's probably the biggest piece right now that I'm looking at trying to finish. My Little Snow Miser ornament, and then Heat Miser will be the next in that series. The Pickle Sampler and He Tends His Flock, because those are gifts, I would like to get those done sooner than later. My Modern Folk Embroidery Fruits of Plenty, I would like to get that done, and then I would like to, Pandemic, I'm at, what did we figure out last night? Just under 20% done. So I would like to bring that hopefully to 50% of just the tan stitching, not necessarily worrying about, because I'm doing my full coverage. Don't ask. Hopefully we can, and I'll continue to work on the blue as we go along, but to get the actual charted stitching done to about 50% next year would be great. And then the rest of those little sheep kits by Bent Creek, I'd like to get most of, if not all of those, and I'll just do those as a tissue box method as well. I would like to finish the last few of the Lizzie Kate strings that I have to go in, that I have still, and probably will bring back Wiener Dog Wednesday. And if anybody has seen the picture, Janine McGowan did one of them. She altered it to the Day of the Dead. Janine McGowan is from the Blue Flower. She says there is a picture on her blog. For the life of it, I know I have seen it once. I can't find it again. So if you know, can you like pop the link in below or send me a pigeon message or something? The other thing that I'm looking for, and I know I saw it, um, is Spangled by Long Dog, but somebody did a conversion into shades of blue. It's been a while since I saw it, and I'm pretty sure it was on Instagram. I can't find it. Can't find it. And that was the whole reason I bought the pattern, was because of the blue version. Can't find it. It makes me very sad. What else did we decide that we were gonna do, girls? Okay. I have a couple patterns in here that are floating around that I need to sit down and chart. So yeah, it's just kind of muddling through. It's all good. It's all good. We're gonna get lights on the Christmas tree. Maybe even a couple of decorations. Who knows? We're having ribs for Christmas dinner. I mean, the world's crazy. My lips are peeling. It's the weirdest thing. I go today to see the doctor about when's the next time we do an ablation. It's actually been more than 6 months. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I honestly think, so I'm just starting to like, it's starting to bother me, and it's starting to get bad, but I still have a lot of days where like it's not bad at all. So I'm not sure if we're gonna put it out. And he only does the sedated um, ablations once a month. So I may be looking at February for it, and that's okay. The last one was in May 24th. So, and the insurance won't pay for them unless it's 6 months apart. I have some FFOing tonight to do, and those aren't like, they'll be on my Instagram, the pictures of them, but hopefully they'll be out of my hands before the next time. So I don't think we'll have a problem doing 25 and 25. There probably likely to be some quilting in there. Right now we're sitting at, with the last little bit of sewing, I'm at 27 finishes for the year. And that includes 2 really big projects, because I finished Kay and I finished Rosie this year. So those are good things. I don't know. Other than that, life is good. Life is good. So Hanukkah also starts on Wednesday, the day of Christmas Day. It starts in the evening. So like I said, I'm probably going to pull out my menorah from Satsuma Street and stitch a bit on that each evening, I think is my goal. So yeah. So I'm gonna let you go because I've got a boatload of stuff to get done today. I've already gotten some things done, but got a whole lot more as always. So I will talk to you all later. So remember, you are smart. You are beautiful. You are cherished. You are amazing. You are strong, and you are loved. You are needed. You are wanted. And most of all, you matter. So, with that said, I'm going to let you guys go. I will talk to you all later. The next time I see you will be after Christmas, but before the New Year. So, and I got to sit down and plan out what I'm going to do for each of the colors. I'm hoping to do it on just a few little projects, maybe big projects, but just not 12 different projects, if that makes sense. So, are you guys doing 12 by 12? I know Kim is doing 12 new starts, and a lot of them are Alice in Wonderland themed. I'm trying to think who else has said what they're doing. I don't remember. That's the only one I can remember. So, and that's cool. So let me know what you're doing down below, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all.